Hi Aquarius, and welcome to my channel. This is the Dream Medium, and today I'll be doing your love reading. Holy Spirit, show me the dynamic of Aquarius's love life. Holy Spirit, show me the dynamic of Aquarius's love life. Ooh. Okay. I heard stop. Okay. All right, Aquarius. So this is the first scenario. At the very top row, I have your past reading, your present, and your future. And I will be showing you your future towards the end. All right. So for your past spread, you have the Two of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and you have the Nine of Wands, but in reverse. What I'm sensing is there was definitely a breakup. Okay. You were definitely dealing with someone. And, like I always say, this could go vice versa. Person, you know what? I'm actually just going to use person A and person B. I think that would be easier for your reading. That would be easier for your reading because this entire spread is showing me what happened and what is going to happen in person A's life and person B's life, which is interesting. I don't get too many readings like that, but I'm sensing that the card is showing me what's happening between you and the person you're dealing with or you dealt with. The card's showing me what's going to happen in both of y'all's lives, probably because a lesson could be learned, But from your past spread, I'm seeing that there was a breakup, and I'm seeing that person A broke up with person B, okay, and did things with person B. But it seems like person A felt like it was the best thing to do. Person A, I'm sensing, was very confident in his or her decision to end things with person B. Almost to the point where person A had that, I don't really need you anymore mentality towards person B. I'm also sensing that person A felt like they won, like they won something in the relationship. By ending the relationship, they won. It's almost like the breakup gave them a confidence boost. That's what I'm sensing. Because with the Knight of Wands in reverse, and let me just talk about the Nine of Swords very quickly. The Nine of Swords definitely left person B in heartbreak, just very, very painful, many sleepless nights, while person A felt like he or she was on top of the world. And I'm saying that person A felt very dominant in the situation because person B, okay, I see person B being more soft-hearted and not really standing his or her ground to defend themselves. Like person B didn't really put up a fight with the breakup, which, depending on how the relationship was, if it was a toxic relationship, I can understand why person B didn't put up a fight, because you should never ever force someone to be with you. You should never have to explain or prove yourself to anyone to be with you. So there definitely wasn't like a fight, okay? It was almost like person A just, yeah. It's kind of like person A just like disregarded person B. Excuse me. And then looking at your present spread, I actually see that you, although it was tough for you, and I see that you're more soft-hearted, probably more of a lover than a fighter. I see that you sooner or later gained some type of peace in your life with this Temperance card right here. You know, in the past, you may have felt like, your entire world just came crashing down because you did lose someone who you definitely loved. But like I always like to tell people, time heals. And presently, you're definitely in a state of harmony and balance with this Temperance card. But I feel like with this Tower card right here, now that you're moving on, now that you're, happy with yourself, you got that self-love going on. Something decides to go off with this Tower card. You have the Two of Cups here. But I don't see this Two of Cups as a reunion with this person who hurt you, or at least a permanent reunion. I don't see it as a permanent reunion. Maybe now that you're in a state of, contentment, self-love, the universe decides to maybe perhaps tempt you. The universe loves to, not necessarily tempt, but test. The universe loves to test people, especially when you're moving on. The universe loves to make sure, is she really moving on? Let me try to bring back the past and see how she reacts to it or how he reacts to it. And I see that. I see the Tower and the Two of Cups as a test, you know. Perhaps this person's life maybe went downhill after the ending of their relationship. You know, they were thinking that they did what was best, but presently the roles have switched. You're completely balanced and happy, content. And then boom, the Tower happens. So the Tower represents something or someone being exposed, secrets coming out. The Tower is, to me, I like the Tower because sometimes something tragic has to happen to wake us up, to teach us a lesson. Perhaps this person comes back out of nowhere and shakes your world and tells you that they've changed and they want you guys to reunite. But you're skeptical. I would be too. So, I'm just going to show you your past reading. So this is, your future reading. So this is your future reading. Okay, you have the Nine of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Sorry, you guys. The Nine of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Cups. So this just tells me, this just completely confirms. And let me put back your present spread. This was what your present spread looked like. Okay, so your future spread, the Nine of Wands, Knight of Swords, and King of Cups, just confirms that I was correct about what's happening presently, because this person is definitely going to come back if they haven't already, and they're wanting to reunite after something goes wrong, either in their life, something goes wrong, and they come back. Something gets exposed, they come back to reunite. But remember, you were already balanced. You finally found, how to be happy by yourself. And in the future, I can see that this person's life is not going to be the best. Their life is definitely gonna go downhill. I see them, of course, trying their very hardest. Here you have the Nine of Wands, so they're definitely standing their ground. They're definitely going to be very persistent. I see arguments. I see a battle, them trying very hard to persuade you to reunite. Even with the Knight of Swords, things might get very nasty too when things don't go their way. Because if you remember at the beginning, they thought that they made the right decision. They thought that they knew what was best. They even felt oddly very powerful by breaking up with you. And you have the King of Cups here too. Yeah, they're definitely going to come back in the future. Definitely going to come back in the future to try to persuade you. Okay. Now I'm going to do the second scenario.